Greetings from Jessup University. My name is Steve Velabit. I'm Director of Development here. And I have the privilege of introducing you to an urgent and kingdom-impacting need in our biology department. But first, I need to introduce you to a friend of mine, Eddie Romo. Eddie Romo, welcome.
Thank you, Steve. It's great to be here, and I'm truly excited about sharing this opportunity.
Well, I'm excited too. But first, briefly share with me a little bit about yourself and your role at Jessup.
Yeah, so prior to going back to school and receiving my PhD at UC Davis, I spent most of my time working and doing full-time ministry. And as an ordained minister, I was a Bible teacher, a youth leader, church planner, and I currently work at Jessup as a biology professor, teaching pathophysiology, microbiology, and microbiology lab.
That's wonderful. So tell me a little bit more about your time at UC Davis and some of the experience that you bring to Jessup.
Yeah, well, I'm a biomedical researcher, and my area of specialization is immunology and the microbiome. My doctoral dissertation focused on precision nutrition for the prevention and management of chronic disease. Preventing disease has been a critical theory, right? In theory, but the how has been a major problem, and it's a problem that we're currently tackling and sorting out. So many diseases progress over years, and for those diseases, preventative interventions must be safe, right? Because if you are at risk of a disease and you're only 25 years old, it would be unethical and unsafe for me to give you a medication for the next 50 years if you were possibly going to acquire a disease later in life.
Well, a lot of this stuff is really fascinating, but you mentioned disease, and I've heard you talk before about research on Alzheimer's. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. One of my projects in my dissertation was a $5 million Alzheimer's disease grant where I discovered a biomarker, and which of course was previously unknown. And this
Wait, you discovered it yourself?
Well,
An unknown bio.
Yeah. So interestingly, yeah. And so, and it's related to leaky gut. So
Okay.
leaky gut is, and so we then utilize an engineered fiber prebiotic supplement that targeted one specific microbe that we know is related to intestinal health and permeability. So we gave generally healthy young individuals this particular dietary fiber supplement. And for those who had this marker that I discovered elevated, this supplementation, this elevation of that microbe drove down their risk for contracting Alzheimer's disease in later life.
Wow. Well, I know that there have been some amazing developments that came from your relationship at UC Davis, that would being one of them, and a heart to deepen research at Jessup. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so my lab at UC Davis is renowned. And more specifically, my mentor, Dr. Zikovich, she comes from a lineage of innovators. And she herself is world famous for being innovative and creative. She has more recently received an award called the Allen Distinguished Investigator Award. And this is given to only the most creative and innovative, promising researchers who have the potential of creating entirely new fields. And it is through my relationship with her that I developed as a scientist. And we continue to collaborate even till today, pursuing joint efforts, sharing ideas and resources to advance the sciences.
Nice. Well, let's get into what's needed in terms of a lab for you here at Jessup. So tell me again, what in the world is a nanodrop spectronophometer or whatever?
So a nanodrop, for short, is an instrument that we use to measure small nano biomolecules such as DNA and proteins.
Mhm.
And so this is one of several pieces of equipment that I need to start my lab, right? For a lab startup, I need several pieces of equipment. And so this equipment cost, the need that we have ranges from $50,000 to $100,000. $50,000 being used equipment, $100,000 being new equipment.
Got it. Well, so once the lab is in place and we get some of this equipment, students are doing research here, how does that change our position in terms of maybe getting larger grants or bigger funding?
Right. So Yeah, the aim is to acquire federal funding,
Mhm.
right? For us as scientists, we utilize federal funding not only for monetary purposes, but also to establish ourselves and have with credibility amongst our peers. And so the establishment of this setup lab positions us to be able to receive federal funding.
Got it. Well, I wish I had you for a biology professor when I was in college. I love your passion. I love your heart. And you have a huge vision for Christians impacting the sciences through Jessup. So, but we need to get you some tools to do that. We need to get you some of that equipment and take it in those next steps. So thank you for taking the time to share the vision today, Eddie. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, it's an honor to share it, and I thank you and look forward to seeing what God has in store.
Right on. And if you are watching this and have a heart for Christians doing cutting edge research at Jessup, then please contact myself or a member of the advancement team here at Jessup. We would love to help you get connected to Eddie's project and to Eddie himself. He's even available if you'd like to meet with him for coffee. But we just appreciate you and any support that you could give to the project. Blessings to you, and thank you for watching.